Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel, Spiritual Justice Show. I'm Goddess Quita. You can call me Quita. Either one would do. I answer to both. Um, I'm just gonna start by telling you guys I got a lot more videos to release. I did a lot of work. I just been really dealing with somebody magic and hexes that they put on me and my daughter because of what was being said about perverseness in my last video. I was attacked and my daughter was attacked simply because they didn't like what I was saying in the video. If you don't like what I say, you don't have to watch me. Um, and this is the individual. Then they what they did was do spiritual work to make them seem like they was the victim. This is what narcissistic, psychopathic people do. They always want to be the victim because they was victimized when they was younger or someone else. I didn't victimize nobody, and you're not the victim here. You're the villain. So let's just own that. This particular person don't like the way that my gifts work, and they don't like that I left them behind. And I didn't really leave them behind. God did. I have to do what Divine told me. And whatever she or he tell me, Divine, whichever feminine or masculine energy God want to work through, that I listen. For the simple fact is, I've been disobedient before, and it cost me heavy warfare, heavier than this. This is why I can get up and keep going, because I've been through so much warfare. But when I was disobedient, then compared to now, when I was disobedient, I was going through heavy warfare, way heavier than this. This, I won't say it's light work, but this is not what that was. But they cursed my daughter, hexed my daughter, and tried to hex and curse me. Like I said, they like to cut you off from your higher self so you don't get divine messages or whatever. So the divine told me to tell you this because we know who you are. You asked for a type of love. When God gave you that person, you didn't like the package it was in. Oops, you forgot to tell God about that. And then on top of that, you didn't like the package that was in. You didn't like what it came with. So you disrespected it, you abused it, and then you mistreated it. And then when God showed you that somebody else wanted and treasured that particular person, then you go on to get mad at that person, trying to make that person out to be a narcissist, trying to make that person out to be a psychopath. Did all kind of spell work on this particular person and to break the two people up. And not only that, you've done so much. You went and slept with the person's sister, and then you think that the person wants you now. You've done every despicable thing underneath the sun to show God that you did not want this person, that you did not cherish that type of love. So he took it away from you. And now that you're so-called in your karma, whatever people want to call it, whatever you're going through, it's not me, it's you, your own. And God said you keep blaming me for your problems and you still won't take accountability for yourself. Yeah, you'll do it for the world, you'll act like you do, but you really don't. And people pat you on your ass, and it's sad, because at the end of the day, you play in spirituality, which is nothing to play with. You should be healing yourself. Instead of healing yourself, you're constantly throwing out black magic. You're constantly doing all this negative energy. Then you play like you're the victim. And then when somebody reverses whatever you do back to you, then you get mad. You're the victim. You this, you that. Oh, because this person is powerful. I am not powerful. It's the God that's in me. It's the Christ that's in me that's powerful. It's the God that I serve that's powerful. You have to understand that. And the more that I remove the blockers from my mind, the more I remove the blockages, the more I can receive from the divine. And that takes bravery. That takes healing. That takes accountability. That takes sitting on your face and doing stuff. Eat like I like to eat a lot of cheese and soda and what else, ice cream and stuff like that. I sacrifice a lot of things to be in this position, not just and when I say sacrifice, I mean food wise. I mean like really healing myself. Like a lot of my toxic ways I gave up. At time I didn't think they were toxic, but God showed me they was toxic, and I'm like, I repented. That's what I mean. I sacrifice a lot. That's what I mean. I sacrifice a lot of eating habits so that I can stay tapped into the divine, so I can hear God. Because a lot of stuff that we eat, put in our body, ain't really gonna help you on your spiritual journey. It's gonna keep you blocked. So this ain't easy. It's not easy work. But once I've done it, I'll probably make it look easy. But once I've done the work, I've done the work. Like, what do you want? Like, I don't understand. God said I have the ability to help you but I can't. I learned that I can't heal nobody that don't want to be healed, first of all. So if you don't want to be healed, how am I supposed to help you? I can only give you the truth. And the truth of the matter is that you're selfish. The truth of the matter is that you cause a lot of things in yourself. The truth of the matter is you was a part of those contracts that was at that table. You signed contracts to come against me with not knowing who I was, not even seeing the God in me. You were just mad at that particular person that I didn't pick up Beyonce for a class assignment. Who gets mad at not picking Beyonce? And why are you watching me in my marketing class? Like, what's wrong with you? Okay, you guys. When I was in business management and marketing, I I had an assignment where I could choose 3 singers or 3 for a Pepsi commercial, and I didn't choose neither of 3 of them. And I don't understand why any of the other 2 artists didn't take it personally, but this particular person took it personally that I didn't choose her. And then so they drew up contracts in Hollywood to come against me. Like, who does that? Like, who raised you? Like, at the end of the day, I'm an individual and I think for myself. And they got mad at the fact that I didn't choose Beyonce for a school assignment, and I went off. I didn't choose anybody. I told honest truth, I don't choose anyone. I said you should pick a hot new fresh artist, and at the time it was LMA. She was coming up, and I liked her music. I related well to her. I feel like a lot of people can relate to her. And I said that we should just put her in a Pepsi commercial where she's singing about how good Pepsi is and just writing in her diary or something to that effect. I can't remember the assignment, but everybody in the school loved my word. Even that they was like, "She did a great job. You the only one that thought outside the box." And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's just who I am. Normally, I don't look at the situations like other people. And do you understand? They created contracts to come against me because I didn't choose Beyonce. This is where all this spell work, all this stuff, and this contracts and stuff. They sit at a table and drew up contracts against me because I didn't choose Beyonce for a class assignment, y'all. For a class assignment in marketing when I was in business school. And this is one of the reasons why I left. Not only that, is they take your assignments and use your assignments. They use your assignments because once you turn in your work, it's not your work anymore. It belongs to the college, and they won't pay you for it. They'll take your ideas and use them, and they won't pay you for them. They'll just use them, and they won't pay you. They won't ask you, knowing that you're a struggling college student, knowing you're in debt, instead of paying you for yourself, and then they're gonna give it to these celebrities. This is one of the biggest reasons why I haven't went back to college yet. This is why I'm on the fence because. And then half of the time they won't tell you this until you're all the way in college. And that's why I'm particular about the college that I want to go to next. Because they do unethical stuff like this. It's very unethical. If I'm a struggling college student and I have a great idea, the least you can do is pay me for it. The least you can do is say, hey, since you blew that assignment out the water, we're going to take care of this class for you this time. You don't have to pay this for this semester. You get what I'm saying? Don't be out here acting like you're doing a lot for us and you're not. And half of the time, the teachers in these colleges don't really teach a lecture, and then they look for other students to teach other students. And that's not, I just think that's unfair. What do you have a job for? You're just grading papers at that point. You're not really teaching. My psychology teacher, this is why I'm big on psychology. My psychology teacher was the only one at that particular school that I went to that really did her job. And then they took this other teacher's side that she gave me a B for the assignment, but everybody in the school, all the higher ups are telling me, you did such a wonderful job, this amazing job. And I expressed myself like why is I got a B if I did so amazing? And I know I did amazing because I don't play with, when it comes to working, I don't play with it. I don't play with it. I just don't. I try to do everything to a T and outdo anything that I do. And I know I deserve an A. I know what I deserve. And at the end of the day, she didn't do that. She gave me a B. And she couldn't even give a good reason why she gave me a B. And all the higher ups above her is saying, oh, you did such an amazing job. People that I didn't even know worked at the college were like commenting and just letting me know, calling my phone, hitting my email up, letting me know I did such a wonderful job. And this is why they drew up, this is why I'm attacked so much, because in college, I had a mind to think outside the box. I didn't pick Beyonce. I didn't pick Beyonce for a class assignment. This is why they set up and drew up contracts against me, because I didn't choose Beyonce. Because I didn't choose her. And at the time, I liked the Beyonce music. I listened to her music. At the time, I listened to her music. I liked her music. And it was so sad. It was so sad. I liked her music at the time. I did listen to it. It's just that I saw a better way, and I told them you could pay her less and she'll get more exposure. So it's a win-win for both of us. Because when you're marketing, you're not taking on you don't want to take on too much millions and millions of dollars. You're trying to make money. So why are we giving this artist when we got another young, fresh heart artist that's coming out that everybody is relatable to, and she, you know what I mean? Why not do her? Like, why not pick her? And this is what this all boils down to, you guys. And this is what they didn't want me to expose. This is what it all boils down to. An assignment that I didn't pick Beyonce for an assignment in my marketing class. So they drew up contracts against me. And I wasn't against Beyonce. I liked the Beyonce. I liked her music. I just, at the time, Ella Mai was my favorite. She's still one of my favorite artists. When she first came out, her album was phenomenal. Phenomenal. I loved her. I followed her. I love all her music. She was one of the artists that I didn't have to skip a song. I could listen to her whole record, and I would actually go to the store. And I'm not a person to buy records. I would actually go to the store and buy it. I actually want to buy. I have never bought nobody else's CD. I went and bought Ella Mai stuff. So she had a big impression on me because I just, at the time, she was like my musical diary. And so they were upset that I didn't pick Beyonce. That's all it was, because I didn't choose Beyonce. And it's sad, because you mean to tell me I had to pick her? And I didn't throw no shade at her. I said I would pick none of them. It was 2 other artists that was up there on the assignment, and I didn't pick them either. They didn't do all this craziness to me. Y'all, I'm out. Peace.